because that would drown me. But it actually, like, gained her popularity. So the media says. Right? And then they bring on the racial tensions. Oh, the mothers of the children that were shot down by police officers. You know, that kind of stuff. So they're trying to reach a certain public. Do I think it would actually win her the election? No. But she was not unintelligent in bringing all that up at the right time. When she was doing her campaign for the Democratic nomination, she did not go strong on any of those points. But when she got her nomination, she put it on thick, which gained her some popularity, which makes me think she's not stupid. I don't think she's a stupid woman anyway. But you also have, and on my personal Facebook feed, I was watching this, and there are people literally voting for her because she's a woman. Which is a slap in the face to women.
Why not? Barack Obama got voted for because he was black.
It's a slap in the face to women, though.
Sort of.
You're gonna stand up for women's rights, and we should own ours and work for everything that we have, and we're equal. But like, vote for me because I'm a woman.
But you're not equal.
I mean, but like, think about that. Think about that tactic.
But what's equal about men and women?
Well, the fact that we're human, and that's about it.
Well, that's the only thing. There isn't anything else.
No, there's not. And but they're like, no, and they're literally, I have people on Facebook, you know, all the social media across the board, and I'm reading all this all the time, literally wanting to vote for her because it would make history to have the first woman president, and that is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. But people are doing that, and this is the way things are starting to sway, to where before her nomination as the Democratic runner, that wasn't happening. Like, when she went hard, she went hard. And it's like when you're running a race, like you're literally running. Say you're sprinting, you're on the track team. And, you know, you have a certain pace that you're running, and then you slam it hard at the end. That's what I'm worried about. I'm actually kind of concerned that she might be voted in as president.
It's possible.
It is possible. Anything's possible.
The country are that stupid.
And well, you have people like Michael Moore, and I'm not a fan of Michael Moore. I don't know how you feel about Michael Moore. I'm not a fan. But he goes on, and he starts saying, I think Donald Trump will be elected, and here's why. And so they're starting to pull that fucking bullshit card. And so going, oh, he's going to get voted, and here's why. Because people are stupid. And people, they don't pay attention, and they're not aware of him. And they're not, and so they're starting to do that. Michael Moore says, Donald Trump will be elected. And they're starting to try to flip people's views that way. And unfortunately, that is what happens. You know, and everyone, I mean, the elections are like, the elections are like, I mean, the last 8 years, you would think that was the last 8 months someone was pregnant. And then, you know, the election is someone giving birth, and everyone forgets about the last 8 months. Or the last 8 years. You know, we're like, are you serious? No one's been happy here. No one is happy right now. I am not happy walking into an airport and feeling nervous that something might happen.
Like what?
I don't know. A bombing going through. Someone being mad at their job. Someone not liking the fact that I'm white.
Let me help you with the airport. If you want to stay safe while flying, do not fly in the morning.
Why is that?
Because everything happens in the morning.
Does it really?
Well, run through your head all of the different what do you call it, things. You tell me.
Like situations or scenarios?
Mm-hmm. Shoe bomber, crotch bomber, 9/11, 7/7.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, I guess they all were in the morning, weren't they?
Yes, the Wandering Jew is the only one that has ever thought of this. I have never heard anybody else ever say it. And there's a reason why that happens in the morning.
It's the most populated. People are trying to get where they need to be before a certain time.
No. No, not at all. That's how you take advantage of the news cycle from morning until night.
I suppose that's true.
That's right. So who's taking advantage of the news cycle?
I guess not the guy at midnight. I guess it'd be the 5 a.m. guy.
No. Do you think that terrorists like to get up early? I bet you they like to sleep in.
I was gonna say, I don't think anyone likes to get up early.
Yeah, I think on my last day on Earth, I'd probably want to sleep in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
All right. So, it's not them that like to get up early and do these things. Who is it?
I suppose it makes sense. Well, but the same.
Who do you think it is that likes to take advantage of the news cycle?
People that are trying to make a statement.
No. You're missing the point. The people behind these attacks, who are they? Who's behind these attacks?
I don't know. At this point, anyone. There's so much stuff going on.
No, not just anyone. The government. Our government.
That I do believe. That one I would have debated even a year ago. But now at this day...
You wouldn't have debated me.
No, but I mean, that I would have, I guess, personally, I would have considered everyone's input. Put it that way. I would have considered everyone's input. I would have listened to what everyone is saying, and I still do. But today, I don't doubt that at all. Because it seems very apparent. Because the timing just seems too perfect, and they overdid it this time.
Which time?
It's just so obvious now.
Whoever did what and when?
Well, you think about, let's see, we have the election coming up, the Democrats. You have a whole country here who's pissed off at everyone. They're pissed off at the government. The polls have shown they're mad at everyone. So all of a sudden, you have highlights on you. What do you do when you've been failing this entire time? You've been failing and things. What do? You turn everyone on each other. You take the focus off yourself. You turn everyone on each other. And then you go supporting one side, or you go supporting the minority, or you go supporting the guy you think is not going to win. You go supporting the people that, might need help. Or you just go turning what would be a bad guy in Civil War times into the bad guy now. You go turning everything, and this is what you have now.
So we're talking about who engineered 9/11, who allowed 9/11 to take place.
George Bush.
No, I doubt it.
I know. Companies, big business, little business. The theories and stuff on 9/11 are out there.
Really?
They're theories.
Well, out there in what way?
They're theories.
Okay.
They are. Tell me how it's not a theory. Everyone has evidence on each side. How can you tell me it's not a theory? Everyone has their theory on what happened on 9/11.
What evidence are you talking about? They got rid of the evidence.
Got rid of the evidence.
Yeah.
Well, you have people that have theories and videos on how they got rid of the evidence, and you have people that show it as, I guess, being there and then not being there. But at the same time, when you have a building in flames and everything in turmoil, I personally think it's a little hard to pull evidence of otherwise out of that, I guess. Are you talking about the actual physical planes flying into the building, or communication between countries. It's a theory. Everything's a theory.
I guess I'm talking about 9/11. Where did the buildings go?
They crumbled down to the ground.
No.
I wasn't in New York. That's the problem. I don't know.
You don't need to be in New York, but they didn't tumble down to the ground because the amount of debris on the ground was very little.
Bull.
Surprisingly, very, very little.
That cannot be true. Because they have video footage of people's cell phone cameras of it just, like, down. People died, you know? And that weren't even near the Twin Towers.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that means.
Well, I mean, you can't tell me that where do you think the buildings went?
Well, I'm going to help you with this. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch to my computer. Because I'm on my mobile phone walking around.
No, you're fine.
Hacking shit, but I'm going to switch to my... No, I need to go on my computer so that you can hear something.
Okay.
So, I'm going to call you right back.
Okay, call me right back. We're going to go to commercial break on that one. We're going to bring one Angry YouTube back on. We are going to talk about more politics. Welcome to your season premiere of the Friday Night Shit Show. We will see you guys soon. One time I used a tampon, and it got stuck up there so far that it was impossible to remove. So my tampon and I became one and the same. Then things started happening. I was hearing voices of things telling me what to do, how to think, and more. You know what? It has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. Sure, I have a fever of 104 degrees, my period has never returned, and my body is currently going septic. But you know what? I'm not lonely anymore. When I hear the voices start talking to me in my head due to the infection spreading through my body from having a 6-month-old tampon lodged deep inside of me, I don't need to make new friends, go out, or even have a boyfriend. I am already being penetrated. Do yourself a favor today and keep your tampon in as long as you can. I named mine Tom. Get yourself a Tom today. The medical expenses are worth it. Okay, we're back now. Okay.
All right, let's listen to Peter Jennings on 9/12, the day after.
Okay.
Let's listen to a discussion between Peter Jennings and George Stephanopoulos.
Okay.
Stephanopoulos is down in Lower Manhattan today. George, I don't know if you heard a little earlier me raise this question, which was actually raised by ABC's Jackie Judd as we look at these areas down below and the video where the towers used to stand and where is all the rubble gone. And have you been able to is there any way you can answer that question?
I'm sorry, Peter, I didn't get the question.
Okay, I apologize. Jackie Judd and several other people keep asking us, when you look at where the towers used to stand, there is surprisingly so little rubble. Where did all the rubble go?
It's a very good question, Peter, and I have asked some people who've been doing some of the rescue and recovery work this morning. If you look behind me, you can see the skeletal remains of the World Trade Center. And one volunteer, Robert Gerlinsky, explained to me the reason there's so little rubble is that all of it simply fell down into the ground and was pulverized, evaporated. Now
Okay, let me stop you on that one.
Okay.
Mr. Zelensky is one of the volunteers. George Stephanopoulos, when asked, where is the rubble? See, because there's a glaring lack of rubble at Ground Zero. Nobody can believe that 210-story skyscrapers just fell into that area, and yet there's no rubble.
they asked George Stephanopoulos, and this is not just one person at ABC News.